goes. There he goes. Not the fish I'm wanting. But that didn't sit out there in no time. Full moon, shallow water catfish. I believe that one right there is getting hit. I'm pretty sure that one right there just got hit. I wanted to title this video, Hot Bite on a Full Moon Night. And it looks like I might be right. I'm fishing on a Friday night because I'm supposed to get rained out all weekend. And I'm typically not a full moon kind of guy, but I've been getting on a great shallow water bite, so. Even some big fish in shallow water. The moon is high in that sky, and even though I'm not a full moon guy, I'm going to give it a try tonight because I'm getting rained out the rest of the weekend. Thought about even putting some live bluegills on a float. I've got 2 in here left over from previous trip. But I'm gonna have to recut my lines because I'm only anchored in 3 feet of water right here. If I get a big fish, he's gonna pull me loose, but that's okay as long as he's big enough. If I get a big fish, this could be a mess. Because to get this thing to anchor at all, I've got these ropes stretched way out. Tried to get them pulled tight in this mud. The front one didn't pull tight at all. I just finally gave up on it. So a big fish will definitely spin me around, if there's one in town. I hope so, because I'm needing them YouTube algorithms, and I'm not going to be able to get a video this weekend. In a sense, you could say I'm just fishing for algorithms, whatever those are. Something on YouTube. I may have to turn these lights out for a bit while these boats are coming in and just turn them back on when the rod goes down, till some of these boats come in anyhow. We'll go ahead and do that. I'll plug them in when the rod goes down. I can already hear the dag-blasted dogs going off. Every video I make, man, it's got a dag-blasted dog barking in it. The reason I pulled in this creek here is I was riding around looking at several, and this one is just slap full of gizzard shad, big gizzard shad. Now they might have a hard time finding my bait through all them gizzard shad, but I know the fish are here. Could be some big ones here, and I'm gonna find out if one is near. There it goes. Fish on. Fish on. A little bigger than the first one. Either way, that's 2. That rod just turned that light on. Either way, that's 2 fish. I ain't been here. Anchored down 10 minutes. Hot bite on a full moon night. That rod is already going down. That rod's already going down. And this thing's full of fish. I'm gonna try to get this water drunk before I pull in another fish. and then I'm gonna hook up one of them bluegills on a float. I don't know if the blue cat will leave them alone or not, but I'd love to see a flathead on one of those floats. My anchors are holding so far on these small fish. I'm sure a big one's gonna put them to the test. It's getting that time of year, big fish are moving shallow, so it could happen. Might not, but it could. It's one of those you never know till you throw deals. Yep. Holy shoot. Dang, that fish pulled drag just then. That fish pulled a bunch of drag out real quick, and it came off, but you can see why. That hook got turned back into the bait. I hate it when that happens. That was a pretty good fish, man. That rod went way over, the drag started ripping. If anything goes wrong, man, it's gonna go wrong on them bigger fish. Just the way it is. What had happened is, I had a smaller fish hit it first, and that's what messed up my hook. Them small fish will mess you up. Actually got some drag coming out, no hookup. No hookup. That's my luck, no hookup. Biggest fish of the night. Either way, that was the third bite in about 15 minutes. Didn't bring much to eat tonight. All I got's these old Nutri-Grain bars. If we got 3 bites that quick, I'm expecting to get another. All right, y'all, I got this light turned off because there's these dang boats coming this way. I wish they'd put in for tonight. My luck, I'm gonna get a big bite with the light off. Getting a bite. Drag's coming out when I got my dang light off. Oh, that fish peeled the drag out of that reel right there. That was a big gar. Guarantee you that was a big gar. Pulled the bait right off there. Drag just a coming out. There's all kind of stuff gonna be up here feeding. Them couple of drag pulling fish pulled hard enough to pull my anchor ropes a little bit loose. I've got 2 live bluegills. Problem is, this thing's set way too deep. 8. This thing's set about 8 foot deep. So I need to cut a little bit of line off it. We're gonna throw one of them bluegills out there on this float. Hope they don't swim into my other lines. It's real shallow out here. We'll let this thing swim around on this bait runner Shimano I got. I can't see the float, but I'll hear this reel when he takes off. The bite seems to have slowed down the darker it's got, and that's not good. I need the bite to be hot because of the title of this video. Full moon's coming up and it's bright. Well, I tell you what, the later it gets, the slower that bite gets, the higher that moon gets. We might have to change titles of this video midstream. I'm looking for one big fish, and then I'll call it Big Bite on a Full Moon Night, because the hot bite seems to have slacked off. I knew them fish didn't care for that old moon. Either way, we looking for the big bite on the full moon night. We'll go with plan B. Just get me one big fish and I'll cruise on out of here. Boy, that line there has went way slack. I mean, way slack. That was a turtle walking around with it. I knew it felt odd. That's the problem with fishing this shallow. You get a little bit of everything. I casted it way away from the direction of that turtle that time. We don't need none of that. The bite has went to anything but hot, and even that live bluegill ain't getting jack squat. Now I'm just looking for one big fish. Another old dink fish. That's a striper. That might be a bigger catfish. It's a catfish. Not a bad sized one. I'll tell you what, it took off so fast to the left. I thought it was a striper at first. That's a good sized cat. Probably over 30. Could be a 35. I don't know, could be bigger than that. It's dark out here. Come on, come on. They honor in the shallow water, man. Oh, yeah, that fish is over 30 for sure. Oh, yeah. That's a pretty fat cat. Definitely over 30. Well, that ain't too bad right there. Man, it looked like a small fish when he hit. And I set the hook on him and it just took, it covered some quick ground. I thought it was a striper. It's a pretty fat cat. Hey, I'll take that. I'm not going to put a scale on that fish, but he's... That's an ornery fish. Holy crap. That's not a bad fish. Oh, God. Oh, not a bad fish at all. Not a bad fish at all. Oh yeah. Man, he's clamping down on my thumb bad. Oh, let go of my thumb, please. Let go of my thumb. Let go of my thumb, please. Ouch. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. That fish is fired up, man. That fish was close to 40. Fired up fish. I'll tell you, I was fixing to call it, man. That bite died, and then I got him. Looked like a small fish to start out with. Now we got another dilemma. You know, that was a pretty nice fish, but the problem is I can't call it a big bite on a full moon night, because when that fish hit, I pretty much dismissed it as a dink. and I was just letting him chew on it. And then finally, when I was saying he was going to commit, that's when I went ahead and reeled down on him. And that's when he just took off wide open that way, and the speed he took off made me think it was a striper. So I just don't know what to call this video. I might just call it fishing for algorithms. Still a good fish, still a full moon, but ain't nothing worked out like I've wanted to so far tonight. We'll have to call it something, because every YouTube video has to have a title. But the hot bite died once that moon got high in the sky, I can tell you that. Alright y'all, I got the perfect title. This fish surprised me. It's clickbaity, but yet it's not clickbaity because the fish did surprise me. I thought it was a dink. It looked like it finally committed, and I'm like, well, I'll go reel the thing in. And then once I put some tension on it, it went from over there to way over there in about 2 seconds and pulled hard, and I'm like, that's a striper. Then it ran straight into me, so I couldn't really tell how big it was. And then finally, it gets to the side of the boat. I said, you know, that's at least a 30-pound cat. But once I got it in the boat, I realized, well, that's probably closer to a 40-pound cat. So it surprised me. As far as a hot bite on a full moon night, well, to be honest with you, it was a pretty hot bite, because on a full moon, I usually don't catch jack doodly squat. Either way, it is a video. There was fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Dave with another one. Signing out. I don't know. Could be bigger than that. Not a bad fish at all. Not a bad fish at all.